everything. All right, guys, welcome to the Smiddle What the Hell Everything for Tuesday, September 22nd. Is it 22nd?
It is.
This is 22nd.
The autumnal equinox,
First
man.
day of fall. First day of fall.
Science.
I was kind of surprised when I found out that Practical Magic was the most requested movie for Smiddle Cinema's Spooktacular October.
Yeah. I
was taken aback by it.
I thought they just went off the photo, but that's not what we intended. But then when we brought it up...
It was a photo collage of Halloween movies, like Halloween-type movies. Pick one for Smiddle Cinemas, and because Practical Magic was one of the ones included on the collage, people, all women, mind you...
Yeah.
It'd be really funny to see Smitty and Tim do Practical Magic.
I think that's exactly what happened there. And guess what? We're probably going to do it.
I want to talk about what we're doing for fall in October, next month, obviously. For Smiddle Cinemas, the super fun segment we do Friday at 7:25, where we recreate a movie scene. We're going to do all Halloween movies. We're calling it Smiddle Cinemas Spooktacular October.
I like that.
It's going to be really fun, I think. So, now, I posted on the Smitty Facebook page the other day. It's like a picture collage, a montage of posters, movie posters of Halloween movies. Not Halloween, the franchise, but just scary movies. Now, I will say, first of all, that people that are choosing the movies and suggesting, because I posted on the Smitty page, I said, hey, suggest some Halloween movies for us to do for Smiddle Cinemas.
Right.
Spooktacular October. And I want to say a good 40% of people that responded, and they were all women, suggested Practical Magic.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Practical Magic was one of the movies on the actual montage. I'm like, you don't need to, be creative. You don't need to, pick the movie that was on there. Plus, have you ever watched the show? Or, excuse me, ever listened to the show? Do you think I've ever watched Practical Magic once in my whole life? No. No, I have not.
I did just a couple weeks ago. It was on at the house, and I was like, what is this? Oh, it's Practical Magic, one of my favorite movies. And I went, well, I watched 20
Did
minutes.
Liz say that?
Yeah, and
Did
I'm
you watch the whole thing?
I watched the last half of it while I was doing stuff at home.
Yeah.
And I would hear something, and I was like, oh, this is so cheesy and dumb. Oh, this is terrible. Yesterday, I was telling her about this whole scenario, and she's like, it's a great movie. And I'm like, no,
sure, it's not a great movie. I'm not going to look. It looks like, I've never watched it, but it looks like a total chick flick. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, the premise is their magic creates a man that she will love truly. That's the premise of it.
No, I've seen clips of it. I've never watched it all the way through. I've seen clips, and I'm like, I don't really want to watch that.
That's scary.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Because it has been, because I reposted it on my personal Facebook page, I'm like, nobody wants to see us do Practical Magic. And the overwhelming response to that was,
yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
Yeah, we do. So I'm pretty sure I've never watched it. One of the things about Smiddle Cinemas, the movies that we do, usually they're movies that I've watched over and over and over again, and I kind of know how it goes.
Well, I think it would be kind of hilarious. One of us would have
it'll be funny.
One of us would have to be Sandra Bullock, and the other one would have to be Nicole Kidman.
Yep.
In a particular scene.
Yep. I don't know. Honestly, I've never watched the movie, and in my head, I have no idea what scene we're going to do because I don't even know the movie. But Spooktacular October is for Smiddle Cinemas. We're going to post it more on the Facebook page if you want to suggest a scary movie. The whole idea is, want it to be fun dialogue.
Yeah.
Hopefully kind of scary because it's kind of Halloweenish,
Part of me, the sadistic part of me is it'd be really funny is if we did the original Paranormal Activity. It's just 5 minutes of silence, just quiet, and you hear the occasional
Well, on that note, one of the suggestions, I believe it was Andrea that suggested The Quiet Place, A Quiet Place. And I'm like, honestly, that's how people would prefer us, is just to shut the up. I don't know when I realized that I'm such a fan of entertainment value when you're watching TV or listening to music, quality of sound, quality of vision, the higher def, the better. I don't know when I got into that stuff, but now I want the best entertainment setup I could possibly get.
Oh, yeah. When you're a kid, it's like the black and white, you're turning the knob. And it's like you could, even the best picture, you're like, it's okay. And then high def came around some years ago, and now it's
insane.
Even
It's
more insane.
I know you just bought recently 4K TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had the one in the house for like a year now.
Yeah.
Watching Planet Earth 2 last night. And I'm just, I could sit there for hours and watch nature documentaries on that god dang TV. Mm-hmm. It's just, it is unbelievably high def. It is unbelievably real life colorful.
Yeah.
The blacks, the blues. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know why I freak out about technology sometimes. I know why, because it's always mind-blowing when you grew up basically in the 70s and 80s with the basically having to call the operator to call anybody. Operator, can I get this number?
The TV, you had to like adjust the antennae,
yeah, and
just so you could get a sort of good picture.
Get 2 channels, and like you always had to adjust squiggly lines. Like kids today have no idea.
Oh, well, I'll blow your mind one more.
Yeah.
The last week, they've announced the release date and the price of the new video game systems, the new Xbox, the new PlayStation, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And part of the technology in them, the more expensive model of them, like the Xbox Series X as it's going to be known in November, it's more expensive because will have full 8K gaming capabilities. And they're like, well, not immediately everyone has it, but that'll be the standard in the future.
It is going to be.
And not too far into the future.
And then at some point, there's going to be 20K, or something. We're so close to a holodeck, it's ridiculous.
There's like a Japanese guy right now in an apartment in Tokyo, and he's got like a real life model, television set that just, like you said, holograms.
This is one reason and I have friends of mine that because I feel like I want to have like the newest technology as far as home entertainment and things like that because of how I grew up with I remember black and white televisions.
Yeah, we had one.
Yeah,
we had a color one in the living room, and then we had like a black and white one for like the garage and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that sounds like fancy.
Every time somebody turns on their newfangled television set, you should proclaim out loud, "Oh my God, this is amazing!"
It is.
Seriously, kids nowadays have no idea.
Nope, everything's always been crystal clear. You didn't have to squint at stuff just to figure out what the hell's going on.
There are still a few people that fool around with the antenna, but it's a digital antenna at this point, and it's still way better.
Oh, it's still high def
than what it was. Yeah. It's craziness.
Coming right off the
craziness.
tower.
It's in space. And you, because I do like the science thing, you were talking the other day to me off the air about this newfangled internet that they're coming up with. It's like quantum light that they're going to be able to send information through it's a new kind of internet, and it's fucking crazy.
Particles of light.
Yeah.
To transfer information. And that's how you unlock time travel. Maybe.
I saw a story on CNBC that just set me off. I saw this news story from CNBC, so it's probably already going to put off some people, but it has to do with finances at CNBC. How much money you should have saved by the age of 30.
Oh.
And this is just hilarious because I read down, you can't see it yet, but it's just how out of touch things are. Like, I've lived in northern Michigan my whole life. I didn't sniff $40,000 barely my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is what they say you should be making by the age of 34. Between 25 and 34, you should be making 40 grand.
Oh.
One
day I dream.
Yeah. But it does say you should have your salary saved by the age of 30. It says that average yearly earnings of a 20 to 34-year-old, according to Q2 2020 data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, you should have just over $40,000 saved by your 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Fart noises all around.
I remember my 30th birthday. I had went broke and moved back in with my parents. That's a true story.
I know.
I had $0. I owed more money than I was worth.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I'm way better off now.
Sure.
But
But
Still
that's
not-
the thing. It's just so unrealistic. There's a reason why the unemployment amount, that the extra money that people are getting, some people are freaking out over how much money it is. It's because they put into account what you should be making for food, what you should be making for rent.
Yep.
It's not realistic numbers. That's where those numbers come from.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why when people have so much money in unemployment, they're like, it's not that people are lazy. Far from it. Everybody I know wants to work. But the you get so much money according to those figures.
Yeah.
It's more money than most people have had. They have so much money in the bank, they're like, I can't let this go.
Right. If you went back to work, you basically cancel out the triple your salary coming in.
Yeah.
And-
Any politicians in northern Michigan, around the country, they have no idea
No.
what real people are making.
I saw a thing the other day. It said Michigan's median income had moved up to 59,000, I think it was.
Oh, you know
So-
what they should do, actually, with these goddamn politicians?
What?
They, honestly, you should be making whatever the median income is for your district. If it's $59,000 for Michigan senators in the U.S. Senate should get $59,000. If they're state senators from a certain district and that district makes 30, I guess you're only making 30, and I guess you got something to work for.
I like your style.
Why am I yelling?
I don't know. But, you read these statistics and went, none of this makes sense, and I feel slighted. That's what I thought.
It just pisses me off. It just you should be making $40,000. How many people up in northern Michigan, on average, are making that by the age of 34? Most people in northern Michigan are, if they're getting away with 35, I'd be shocked.
Yep, depends on the skilled trade, too. You know, some of those people come out making a lot more than that. And other people, I mean, if you're working in retail, good luck.
But what do I know? I don't know numbers. But I wanted that to be, honestly, somebody should make that a petition. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to put in the work and the effort. But somebody should make that petition. Smart people, there you go.
I feel like I saw something floating around on the internet a few times because it's been brought up before. It's like if they had term limits and they had different money situation, it might give them incentive to do something. You know?
Well, then you find out who the real public servants are. Where are the real public servants? Because, I mean,
Right.
you look especially at the national spotlight, not one single one of them seems to be serving the public.
Nope. Serving their own.
Not one single one.
No.
Not
It's hard to
one
find
single
any
one.
of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. This story should have been in the should have seen that coming category. Ponoka, Alberta, Canada.
Anoka.
Where you knew this was going to happen. You knew this was going to happen when you have these self-driving cars. Sure enough, in July, Royal Canadian Mounted Police in the town of Ponoka said a Tesla Model S was apparently self-driving, traveling at speeds at over 140 kilometers an hour, whatever that is in regular human terms.
They're doing about 160 in miles.
That's not 160 miles an hour. It's like 80 or 70.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Police alleged two occupants of the car were completely reclined in their seats and asleep while the car was driving.
87 miles an hour, by the way.
87 miles an hour, okay. They say, look, just because it lets you do that, manufacturers of these vehicles have put in safeguards to prevent drivers from taking advantage of it like that. But it's not it's not a fail-safe system enough where it just shuts down if they know you're sleeping in the car, All it says is he also had his license suspended for 24 hours. Is due in court in December. He was pulled over, charged with speeding and dangerous driving. There wasn't even any alcohol in that story.
Yep, he was just sleeping
Yeah.
while driving. I mean, come on.
I mean, worse things have happened. Honestly, I don't even know how that's not malicious. That's not, he's like, He's like, the car's got it.
Car's doing it.
I mean, it's not advisable, I'm sure, at this point, because it's brand new, you got to wait until that stuff's you got to wait until technology like that has had a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
Like aviation. I mean, they got it to a point where there's an accident every 1,000 now or whatever it is. I'm sure not 1,000. That's a way worse odds. But 1 in a million, you know?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I know. I don't think I'd be comfortable enough to just, sleep in the car while it drives itself. No. I don't know that'll ever be. They could have 1 billion instances of not having any accident in those cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think so, man.
Yeah.
No. Don't like it. I don't even like when other people drive. Like, I can't sleep when someone else is driving
I
me.
wouldn't trust the self-driving thing. I have to do it.
Yeah, I don't trust humans or machines.
We saw this video bonus, by the way, of this insane story, and it made me remember almost having to fight an eagle once. Comes out of the lovely country of Kyrgyzstan.
Whoa.
What? Kyrgyzstan. Now, there was some sort of expo, is probably the only way to put it, where they were showing off hunting birds, specifically golden eagles. You know, there are bird wranglers. They have the protective elbow glove on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for the predator birds that they have the really sharp claws, and even if they're being friendly, they could just hurt you by landing on you.
So they were doing one of those in Kyrgyzstan when, according to the story, there was an 8-year-old girl just kind of wandering around all willy-nilly where she wasn't supposed to be. When we're going to watch a video right now of this golden eagle trying to take off with an 8-year-old girl.
Oh, no.
Look out! Boom! Got her by the head, tries to take off. She's too heavy. They all go running over to try to save this girl. She ended up with a few stitches, but otherwise okay.
Oh, it just put its claws into her.
Oh, my God. It's so gigantic.
Yeah.
It's just, they describe it in the story. Eagles, specifically, in predator birds, is just like they're dinosaurs with feathers.
Yep.
That's what they are.
Yep. You just got a velociraptor in the sky there
Oh, my
trying to
God.
take this kid.
Oh, my God. I was hoping it kind of would take off with her a little bit.
Just raise her off the ground.
Just enough where you're like, oh, my God, she almost went, but she is okay.
It's only funny because she's okay.
It reminded me, I was dog sitting once when I lived in Sheboygan. It was a terrier, a little dog. Yeah. And I was out walking the dog in the field near my house, and there was a bald eagle, like, circling around. And I realized at that moment it was totally hunting that dog.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's get inside. But I was thinking, like, what would happen if I had to fight an eagle? And I talked about it on the show. Like, who would win that fight, me or the eagle? And I clearly feel like I would win that fight.
I don't know, man.
Shut up.
They're pretty dangerous.
Shut up. I could totally beat an eagle.
It couldn't take off with you, but it would do some damage.
Break that little bird's neck. Snap. But that'd be illegal because that's the national bird. That's your wake and break. Now you feel normal. Stand by that. I could totally beat an eagle thing, Like, it'll totally mess you up.
Yeah, it gets some scratches in.
Brother Levi has it in his head that he could totally beat a black bear in a fight. I'm like, I don't think that's possible.
A black bear?
Yeah.
No.
He calls it's just like a big dog. I'm like, yeah, it's not really. It's
It's like, I think I told you the one time I slapped a turkey. Like, it was an accident. There was these turkeys in my backyard.
I accidentally slapped a turkey.
Well, there were a bunch of turkeys in the backyard, and it was fenced in, so they were running. They couldn't figure it out. How the hell do I get out of this yard? And they kept running back and forth in the fencing. And I wandered back there, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? And I was trying to, like, come on,
shoo
them up. And when I went like this, one little baby turkey went by, and I just whack, just slapped him in the head, and it fluttered up and took off after that. But it like hit the ground and was like, just all freaked out.
You should introduce yourself like that from now on when you introduce
Hi,
yourself
I
to somebody.
slapped a turkey.
Hi, I'm Tim. I slapped a turkey once.
Turkey slapping Tim.
That wouldn't be the weirdest thing you do.
No.
You like to go into people's houses and rearrange things.
Whoa. I don't just go into people's houses. I'm invited first.
Yeah, he does. Lock your doors. This is what I have to deal with. This is what I have to deal with doing the show from the Smithhole basement. Can we please, God, get the new studio done at some point.
What are you dealing with?
You.
Me?
Just leaving random things. When you do it in the office to other coworkers, yeah, it's funny. But when it's in your house and you're putting all sorts of like weird things in a spot that might make us wonder, like for instance, the Go Eat S magnet or whatever it was that's on the fridge now. I'm like, where did that come from?
S is effed.
Yeah.
Put on the
There
fridge.
was lots of swear words. I'm like, oh, Tim must have left that there. Like, I don't know. What's another example? Oh, I don't know. The
Spices.
The spices. I don't even know what they are. I saw some spices on my counter the other day, and I thought Brother Levi, took them from the spice thing and put them down. He must have thought the same thing about me, that I didn't put them away, so we were probably pissed off at each other for not putting these spices away. And just come to find out, Tim just put spices on our counter for no reason. Hey, did you notice this?
Well, that was on Friday when I did it. And the only
they've been sitting there all weekend.
I saw him when I
because
walked
we were
by.
like, he did it. I'm not putting it away. And he said the same thing, I'm sure.
So the only reason I did it is we went through our cabinets and we forget we have things. So then we buy giant little containers of the same thing. And we ended up having 2 and 3 versions of the same thing. And I knew Levi cooked all the time, so I said, why don't I just leave those spices out? Well, he had went to work, and you were down here on the phone doing an interview thing, and I went, well, I'm just going to leave them here, and I'll spread them out. They'll obviously know that I did it because I always leave things laying around. So that's kind of what I thought.
No, I had no idea.
Instead, I'm just glad you guys didn't get in some kind of fist fight over the weekend.
Have you left anything else around here? Like right off the top of your head, tell me one thing that haven't discussed right now about,
There's a sticker on a door frame in this house somewhere.
Seriously?
Yeah. Not in this room, but...
It's not in my brother's room, is it?
No, I don't mess with
it's not in my bedroom, is it?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Tim just wanders around and does things, I love you. I like a brother.
Yeah, I know.
I do. And
but I'm me.
But you do things. And I'm sure it is the same as when I get tired of Levi's nonsense and he gets tired of my nonsense. I'm sure I get tired of your nonsense and vice versa.
Sure.
The fact that you wander around my house and put things places, I'll tell you what right now, Levi will have a problem with that.
He'll freak out.
Levi has yes.
It's
yes.
like, this is my house.
Yes.
Don't mess with my house.
For the love of God, can we get back in the studio? For the love of Christ. Dude, he's the guy that I told him about that, by the way. Do you want me to tell you
About
what he
the
said?
spices?
About the spices?
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what he said? Are you
What
sure
is-
it's sort of hurtful?
No, it's okay.
First of all, he totally thought it was
You doing
me.
that
And
just to be
it was a vice versa thing.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
thought it was me. I thought it was him.
It's totally hurtful.
He's like, damn it. But I said, no, Tim put him there. He said, oh, these guys might want them. I have these spices they might want. And he goes, that doesn't make me feel bad about throwing them away.
That's not hurtful.
Okay,
I thought he
you were
was gonna,
nice enough to give us the
thought he was-
spices and he threw them away.
I thought he was going to attack my personality or something.
I don't think he's going to throw them away.
I do things like that though, as you well know. We used to when we used to work at one of the other offices in Sheboygan, and I worked with I worked with NASCAR Steve.
Sure.
And he also did some cleaning around the office, and he had glass cleaner. And I bet you 2 or 3 times a week I take little white tape and tape over the GL on glass cleaner. And it's not even that funny, but his reaction to it is what made it funny.
No, the reason, here's the thing. You like to push, and you like to pick and catch reactions. NASCAR Steve tends to give you a lot of reactions
A little
because
bit.
he's a very OCD dude. Everything is in its place. It's clean. You don't. This is what it's for. This is what you use it for. And if you mess with those things, he has a tendency to tell you about it.
Absolutely.
And so the more you probably tormented NASCAR Steve with things like this for, I would say, a good portion of your radio career.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not denying that at all. Stuff like I would just, I would be like, oh, this is here. I'm going to put this over here. And I would just take things and switch them left to right 2 different items on a desk, and I would just do that continuously because I don't know. I have no respect for people's boundaries apparently, but I don't know. It'll all come back to get me.
It's still funny. I don't think it's.
I never destroyed anybody's stuff.
There's nothing malicious involved. It's usually just let's see what people notice, and it's.
Sometimes I would eat his beef jerky he left in his drawer, but I mean, I probably shouldn't have been in there. But I mean, whatever.
It's old
Years
now.
ago.
Actually, people remember that jerky, man. You know,
the beef jerky.
Yeah, NASCAR Steve hears it now. He's like, "That fucking damn."
I want my beef jerky.
Finally, this was from today's show, and we're just talking about hippies, man. Smitty in the morning. Who's this?
Lee,
Lee, where are you calling from?
Northport.
Hey, man, what do you got for me?
I got a pair of construction worn pants, $1,200 for yours.
Sold.
Not even
Sold.
Gucci.
Thanks, man. Take it easy. Tim, earlier we were talking about people wearing overalls with grass stains, and I was talking about hippies. You know, that could be a hippie fashion with the overalls. And it got me thinking. I have like I have 2 different classifications of hippie, and I want people to chime in. 888-751-BEAR. It could be kind of fun.
Okay.
Either on the phone or the Precision Collision text line. 888-751-BEAR. But just the different kind of hippies you've experienced in your life, because hippies I love them, man. I have great family and great friends who are hippies. They just like to chill with weed and just listen to the bluegrass and go to the Dead concerts and just be like, hey, man.
They're all natural.
I've always said many times, if it wasn't for my love of heavy metal, guns, and meat, I would live in a commune. You know? But I have 2 different classifications of hippie.
Okay.
There is the bluegrass hippie that we mentioned earlier, wears overalls, listens to the bluegrass.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
Rapid City is full of the bluegrass hippies.
Bluegrass hippies. Okay.
Then there is the elvish hippie. Okay?
Elvish.
They walk amongst the trees, and they're very earthy. Your girlfriend is very... your girlfriend's kind of elvish hippie.
I guess that would qualify.
You know, you
sure.
love to sit in the trees, and you're a vegan, and you just
does
like
love the woods.
Eat the tofu, and you just want to gel with nature. Those are the 2 different kinds of hippies.
That's a fair assessment.
I feel like it's realistic.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking your girlfriend. I think Liz is super cool, but she's a total hippie.
She was doing something with the moon the other day. I don't know. Like
You told me about it, and it's the most elvish hippie thing of all time.
Yeah.
And they're into astrology and moon phases.
Yeah, it was something to do with that. I was like, no, I'm probably going to go to bed. You go ahead. Yeah. Do moon stuff. It's cool.
Hippies are some of my favorite people. Well, like I said, I'm almost a hippie. Yeah. So it's just...
You're almost a hippie.
I'm almost a hippie. I like meat and guns too much.
Hippie Smitty would be a weird thing.
Peace, brother. I have lots of hippie friends, man.
Peace be with you.
I tell them that all the time. What was that band? Bree Saunders' band from Rapid City. It was Medicine Bell. The Medicine Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Really good, fun bluegrass band. You would love it, actually.
I would
play
know
some
them.
of it. Okay.
I know them.
Really fun band. But every time they were on the show, when we did the corner bar and stuff, I'd be like, let's hippie it up. Let's get some sawdust on the floor.
Sawdust.
You know? Take your shoes off.
I know we had a guy call us off the air and tell us that he wasn't no hippie, he was a redneck. And we're like, some ways it's similar, depending. But
yeah, it's, he had negative things to say about hippies because in Vietnam he said hippies spit on him or Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
And it's not, first of all, it's not all hippies, just like it's not all anything. But there's a few a-holes.
There's always a few that ruin it
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah. That being said, it's possible to be a vet and a hippie. I'm kind of there. And it's possible that we'll have another What the Hell Everything Thursday. It's probable.
It's possible
Probable.
and probable.
What the hell everything?